First of all, welcome to DC Conversations. And shall we begin? Okay. So, your choice of roles and films have always been very unconventional. Was it a conscious decision?
Well, initially I was very conscious about what I was going to pick up and stuff. I'm a person who chooses the life she wants, who chooses the character she wants. So initially, when I came in this whole industry, you know, being a newcomer, you didn't have choice, and then you kept doing things whatever came my way. But later, I realized that it's better that I choose what I like and what I can do, and then I started really choosing the characters, and hence I did film, and then films which were really, making me feel alive. And Umrao Jaan is one character which does that, especially on stage.
So, how is your portrayal of Umrao Jaan Ada different from the movie versions of it we've seen so far?
Oh, it's very, very different. Of course, it comes from the same novel, but Varun Gautam, who's written it, and Rajiv Goswami, who's the director, we've saw that the story has an angle of empowerment of women. We're talking about आजादी और कैसे उस वक्त उमराव जान अदा मतलब आजादी लड़कियों की आजादी का सपना देखती थी. That is another angle which is different than the love story.
Then, how's the audience response been so far?
It was great. I'll tell you, we just did the premiere on the of March in Ahmedabad. People have come, hugged me on stage and clicked pictures with me saying that, we are so happy that we didn't know this could also happen. And people have cried when I have cried. They have fallen in love when I have fallen in love. And as an actor, it gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction that I could do that. And that feeling, the exchange of feelings could be there.
And you played several characters, but if you had to choose between Rani from Traffic Signal or Sonal from Oi Lucky Lucky Oi, which one would you more resonate with? Which one is your favorite?
That's not fair. That's a question because Rani is equally important to me, and so is Sonal. But so different than each other. I could not really select that, like pinpoint one of them, and both got national awards. So tell me, how am I going to answer that?
Yeah.
Say that the way I perceived both the characters were very very organic, because in college time I was the way Sonal was, and I think that is the reason Diwakar Banerjee cast me for Oi Lucky Oi. And because I was in college when I was doing Oi Lucky Lucky Oi also. Secondly, Rani is one character in Madhur Bhandarkar. When he was auditioning for Rani and looking for people, I had done Garam Masala, so nobody could imagine me being a Garam Masala babe to coming down to Traffic Signal. But then when I met Madhur sir, went in all, a brown salwar kameez. I specifically remember, with oiled my hair and all of it, and said, "So I am your Smita Patil for Traffic Signal." I personally feel कि घर पे बैठे बैठे तो ना ही है ना, कोशिश तो करना ही चाहिए. क्या हो जाएगा, maximum ना ही होगा. So that is how I got these two projects, and they're so close to me because I have auditioned like 5-6 times for both the roles.
Okay. So how did Never Back Down happen? You had a little bit of training in taekwondo training. I mean, you have taken part in championships as well. So did it help the portrayal of this particular role?
I mean, I feel that any art is very rhythmic, very musical. Martial arts, or as an artist, you're singing or you're playing any kind of instruments, and everything is very rhythmic. Life is very rhythmic. Everything has a rhythm going on. So, as a taekwondo player, I always felt that if I'm successful in saying no, I don't no to what I don't want to do, then I'm successful. And I have been really successful in and holding myself saying, nahi, 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 nahi. बहुत सारे time में तो, people keep saying कि, okay, you're a martial artist, now where is an action movie? I say, how many action movies do you see in India? And if you see an action movie in India, it's mostly written or, around already a selected person. Or somebody has 2-3 of them have been there, and people have really thought of those people and then written characters. So with me, it was never, nobody's going to write a character around me. But the funny part is that there was a character written around me in Hollywood straight away. So in India, it didn't happen. But I will tell you a little story, which is very funny. Will Smith's movie, uh, Bad Boys screening was there at Sony Studio, Culver City in LA, and I was invited there. So I was there, and my friend, her name is Rita Harris, and she's 80 plus, and she's like the most gorgeous and most educated person I ever know, with the experience she has and all. And she talks to me like, Neetu, you have to be there, you have to do this. So I went with her, and when I entered the hall, people turned back and they kept looking at me as if, and I started looking behind that as if somebody's coming, and I'm like, why are they looking at me? And then she said, oh, because you are a foreigner. Because we're not used to listening to being a foreigner. You hear, then it took me a second to realize, yes, that's true. I'm a foreigner then here. And then people start talking to me, oh, yeah, how Indian actor or and exotic hote hain. And we had Ashwara Rai for Pink Panther, and all of these conversations started. And then my producer David Zilon, and I swear by him all the time, saying, David, you're so lucky to have me in the project. You did this, you did that. But David, I kept telling David that I'm not going to do a small role. I deserve to do this. And then मजाक मजाक में I kept telling him like मैं नहीं करूँगी छोटा मोटा रोल तुम लोग एक्टर्स को बुलाते हो और छोटे छोटे रोल्स कर देते हो मुझे नहीं करना है मैं नहीं करना चाहिए mean I don't want to be a blink and a miss in a blink and a miss role. I want to do something solid. I have been in the industry for 13 years now, but I'm talking about 2 years back when 2 back when we started the project now. I said, I'm not going to do this. And then, then he said, I am a producer of Back Down Revolt. And I thought, oh my God, I have so manifested this producer. And the director was Kelly Madison. And then I later met Kelly, and she's another woman I look up to. She's amazing. I made I found such a sister in her. It's just the international integration which I feel with the whole team. So David told me I'm a producer of Never Back Down, and Never Back Down is a very popular franchise, especially amongst the youth doing actions and stuff like that. And I had of course seen Never Back Down first, second. I didn't see the third one, to be very honest. But then I said, oh my God, Never Back Down, and I started talking, and then he was the one who said, why don't you meet the writer? Audrey is the writer. So I was all about Audrey. I said, yeah, I'll come and meet Audrey, no problem. And next day I went to Sony again and met Audrey, who's the writer of Never Back Down 4. And after the meeting and everything, it was fabulous. And she asked me everything. I told her I come from Bihar. It's the most notoriously known state of India, but I'm very proud to be from my roots, and kept telling her कि माँ और मातृभाषा को अगर भूल जाए आदमी तो क्या फायदा है. So that is how I've been producing films from there, so that world class cinema and all of it. So I kept telling her that this is what I do and I love it. I'm the first national award producer in the languages of Bihar ever. So ये सब मैं जब बता रही थी उसको, she's like, oh my God, no wonder you say that you won't do a small role. I said, yeah, I will not. And by the end of the meeting, my producer told Audrey, write and design a role around Neetu and her skills, and it has to be one of the main leads. And she wrote Jaya, and the movie is on Amazon Prime. Please watch it, whoever, everyone, and see that the way Jaya picks up the whole story in the movie. And I'm so proud that I don't come from any background, and God has been kind to me. I have worked very hard, and I will give this credit to myself. I worked very hard because when you go outside, from jharu, pocha, bartan, kapda, khana, banana, you do everything by yourself. And I didn't want it, to put it on anyone. I told my mother, I'm a martial artist. It's my duty to go out and make opportunities for myself. I'm a black belt 4 dan, represented India 3 times, and I'm an actor. What is the point? How will you I can't live, I can't breathe if I don't do an action movie. And here you go. I got to do an action movie in Hollywood, and the story was written around me. And it was the first time, I think, even in Bollywood, Priyadarshan sir offered me Garam Masala, and in LA, David Zilon offered me Never Back Down, Revolt 4, and Jaya was written around me.
So fantastic. So, from representing India in World Taekwondo Championship to showcasing Indian culture and Nafasa through Umrao Jaan to international audience, how did this transition happen?
Well, as I keep saying that, I choose what I like to do. I choose my work, not that, everything you want, you'll get it in the, um, on platter. So, I used to really love um, dancing uh, on these classical songs and folk songs and stuff. I think it started from there. I kept manifesting. And then there was a time when I felt that, I didn't want to do roles with lead dance, gonna, dance, gonna, dance, gonna. I want to, you know, I wanted to have some substance, substance to portray different kinds of roles. And I would just look out that where how I could get it. But most of the time it was so male oriented stories where, women would be there, but literally not there, dancing, singing and everything. And then I started looking for more and more, and I kept getting more and more. And South India, I have to say that South India gave me really, really so much on the platter, so much um, you know, to do on screen. They squeeze out everything which I could, get it on table. They saw the potential, especially, I got an award for the best negative role among four men in Saima in 2018. So South India also gave me so much. So I felt that, you know, this is exactly what I wanted to do. And then I got the taste of the really, things, all those roles which I could portray, I could get out there trying to, you know, essay the bestest of the roles. And then when Umrao Jaan came my way, I didn't know why it came my way. I kept asking, why me, why me? And then I realized, oh, I come from UP Bihar. My mother is from UP. UP Bihar. मेरी भाषा अच्छी है, मेरी हिंदी अच्छी है, मेरी उर्दू अच्छी है, और मुझे बहुत खुशी है इस बात की कि मैंने बचपन अपना लखनऊ कानपुर में गुजारा है. तो मेरी जबान साफ है. और बहुत सारे कम लोग होते हैं जो बहुत बोलते रहे यहाँ पे तो आके तुम्हारी भाषा बहुत ही कहाँ जा रहा है, तू क्या कर रहा है, तो वो मैं वैसे कभी भी बोल नहीं पाया. तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि ये एक ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी है जो ऊपर से आई, और मैंने उसे हाथ खोल के पकड़ लिया. मैं इसे जाने नहीं देना चाहती.
So you played a modern girl, and then you played Umrao Jaan, which is a very costume drama, a character of substance, like you called it. So, will your choice of roles again change in the future when you are actually picking roles? Will you be very choosy about what you're going to pick next?
I mean, I could do any role. I could do anything. I mean, the script has to be fabulous, and I'm really looking forward to working. I'm back now. I am working here. With COVID had taken away for 2 years almost, and then it took me 1.5 to this film and release now. So I personally feel that I'm looking for really good scripts. I'm looking for people to offer me work, and I will choose what I like, and I would love to do that. But I'm not going to be very, very choosy because I think everybody is doing really good stuff now. Everybody
Yeah.
with OTT coming, people are doing really good stuff. And, after I saw Hira Mandi, I thought, oh no, my God, I would have loved to do a Hira Mandi. Or when I saw Fighter, and since I'm an action actor, trained martial artist, I was like, I would have loved to do Fighter. So today you don't have something where you say, okay, you can just do this. You cannot stereotype an actor. And I'm very proud of the fact that people are seeing me from Hollywood action now to Umrao Jaan on stage. And प्रत्यक्ष को प्रमाण की क्या आवश्यकता है, आइए देख लीजिए.
Yeah, talking of South Indian movies, any South Indian movies you are, have you signed any South Indian projects?
It's a South Indian movie, Tamil movie actually. Tamil is my favorite language and movies. I've done a lot of Tamil films also and Telugu as well. But a film with Anurag Kashyap is releasing next month called One to One, and it's got um, Sundar C. Sir and directed by Thiru Sir. So that's releasing, and then another Hindi film is also releasing with Paresh Rawal Sir and Ranveer Sir.
Okay. So you've acted and you also produced films, and then you are busy with this Umrao Jaan. How do you juggle so many responsibilities and manage to do a great job every single time?
I mean, everything is a part of each other. If you see, it's not like it's a separate thing. I'm reading great. Father is a national writer director. I have a production house called Champaran Talkies, and we try and make films in the languages of Bihar with world class cinema, so that people from all the family members can watch it together, from the youngest family member to the eldest family member, and we create jobs in Bihar through filmmaking, and I've been doing this for 12 years now. So I always felt that, not only actors, from transport to catering to lights, camera, to every, aspect of filmmaking, if we start taking it from Bihar and shooting in Bihar, then how many jobs we can create. This would be so beautiful. So we have been doing it for 12 years, and I own an OTT platform called Bejo.in, where you can watch all these movies with English subtitles, and and they are world class cinema. My Korean maker, I in the future I'm be working on a Korean project right now. My Korean makers, they were very excited about the recent movie which was just released called Jackson Hall. It's a thriller, and I'm very proud to tell you that Jackson Hall got 9.5 rating on IMDb, and my brother has written and directed it. And it's got English subtitle. Whenever you have time, please watch it.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So thank you so much. Nice talking to you. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you.